Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Today Min doesn't fight Alex directly. He attacks through Mai's family. One call is enough to shake everything, and suddenly Alex has to choose. Push for justice, or protect Mai from being the first one to fall. After that, Alex talks privately with Mai, then goes to Tuna's home to work in the garden and think clearly again. Here's the hook. Will Alex truly let Min walk away? Or is this just a quiet pause before something worse? If you enjoy the story, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next videos. Let's begin. Min didn't call Alex that morning. He didn't send a long message or ask for a talk. He chose a faster path, one that didn't look like business at all. He called Mai's mother. The call was short and calm. Min spoke politely, like he was warning an older person about trouble, before it became irreversible. He reminded her of the old pomelo shipment incident that once hurt Alex's business, then delivered the point he wanted her to hear. Mai had been involved back then, and she recently admitted it to Alex. Min added one more detail to steer her emotions. Mai was now trying to pressure him to repay using materials that could also pull Mai into legal trouble. Min didn't say, "I will report her." He didn't need to. He simply framed it as reality. If this becomes an official case, Mai is the easiest person to punish first. Mai's mother didn't argue on the phone. She didn't ask Min for proof. She ended the call quickly and moved. Within an hour, she found Mai and pulled her aside. She didn't start with yelling. She started with clear questions. "Did he call me for no reason?" she asked. "Is it true you were involved? Is it true you confessed? And is it true you're still trying to push this?" Mai didn't pretend. She didn't deny. She answered plainly, "Yes." That single word made the air heavier. Her mother didn't focus on Min. She focused on Mai. "Why didn't you tell me?" her mother asked. Mai kept it simple. "Because I was ashamed." Her mother's voice tightened. "And now you want to drag it up again? After you confessed? After Alex didn't do anything big?" Mai didn't argue about the past. She argued about the present. "One apology doesn't fix the damage," she said. "Min still keeps what was taken." Her mother shook her head. "Fixing it doesn't mean destroying yourself, she said. "Do you understand what a criminal record means? Do you understand what prison means?" Mai replied without drama. "I understand the risk." "Then stop," her mother said. "Leave. Start over. You already admitted it. Alex didn't chase you publicly. That's your chance." Mai looked at her mother and said the line that mattered most to her. "It doesn't feel right to confess and then watch Min walk away." Her mother answered immediately. "Life isn't always right. Sometimes you choose the option that keeps you alive." Mai didn't raise her voice. "I'm not trying to be brave," she said. "I'm trying to take responsibility." Her mother's response was practical, not emotional. "Responsibility also means choosing the safest path," she said. "Min is using fear because fear works. If you push him with anything that can be used against you, he won't repay. He'll protect himself by making you the easiest target." Mai didn't promise to stop. She didn't say, "Fine," just to end the conversation. She stayed quiet for a moment, then said, "So he wins." Her mother didn't like that sentence. She saw it as dangerous thinking. And in that moment, she decided words wouldn't be enough. She would use family pressure, because Min had already started it. "We're going to Alex's mother," she said. Mai frowned. "Why involve her?" "Because our families have known each other too long," her mother replied. "And because Alex will listen to his mother more than anyone right now. If Alex decides to push this hard, you'll be the first one punished. I won't let that happen." Mai hesitated, but her mother was already moving. Refusing would only make it look like Mai was hiding again. She followed. They arrived at Alex's mother's home before noon. The moment the door opened, Alex's mother could read their faces. This wasn't a friendly visit. "What happened?" she asked. Mai's mother lowered her head slightly and spoke carefully. She didn't defend Mai. She admitted a serious mistake had been made. She said Mai had recently confessed her involvement in the old incident. Then she explained the new danger. Mai was trying to pressure Min, and Min was pushing back by raising the risk of legal consequences, especially for Mai. She pleaded with Alex's mother to help stop things from turning into a situation where Mai goes to jail while Min slips away untouched. Mai's mother also added a promise, trying to offer a safer road forward. She said their family would support Alex's work in the future, connections, introductions, help, anything that could help him recover and grow, if he chose not to push the matter in a way that could destroy Mai's life. Alex's mother listened quietly. She didn't accept the promise. She didn't reject it either. She asked a few short questions to understand the timeline and confirm what was being said. Then she made one practical move. She called Alex. "Come home," she said. "Now." Mai stayed silent in the room. She wasn't here to argue with Alex's mother. She wasn't here to beg for mercy. But she could feel how the story was being shaped around her. Not what is right, but what is safest. When Alex arrived, the room went quiet again. He walked in, saw Mai and Mai's mother, and understood immediately that this wasn't coincidence. Min had pushed the fight into family territory. Mai's mother stood up at once. "Alex," she said, "please listen. I'm not here to defend what my daughter did. I'm here to beg you. Don't take this further. Don't do anything that turns into a police matter. If this becomes a case, Mai will be the one hit first." Alex didn't respond immediately. He looked at Mai. Mai didn't beg. She didn't cry. She didn't create a scene. She simply said one sentence, calm and clear. "I'm not asking you to protect me. I'm asking you not to let Min keep what he took." That sentence changed the tone. It forced the room to face the real split. Safety versus accountability. Alex's mother watched her son carefully. She didn't speak over him. She knew this decision had to be his. Alex finally spoke in a controlled way. "I hear you," he told Mai's mother. "I understand the risk." Mai's mother jumped on that immediately. "Then please," she said, "let it go. Let it stay in the past. You can rebuild without dragging her into prison." Alex didn't agree. He also didn't fight. He chose a third line. "I'm not going to act recklessly," he said. "I'm not making any public scene. And I'm not making a decision right now under pressure." Mai's mother's face tightened. "Alex, time is dangerous," she said. "One wrong step and she's ruined." Alex nodded once. "I understand," he repeated. "That's why I'm not moving fast." Mai held her posture steady. She didn't try to convince Alex with emotion. She only said, "If you stop because you're afraid for me, then Min learns. Fear works." Alex looked at her for a moment. "And if I push hard," he replied, "you become the easiest one to punish." That was the truth that sat in the room like weight. No one could deny it. Alex's mother finally spoke, quiet and firm. "Alex," she said, "whatever you choose it carefully, not out of anger, not out of fear." Alex nodded. "That's exactly what I'm trying to do." The conversation ended without a clean agreement. Mai's mother didn't get a full promise that Alex would drop everything forever. Mai didn't get a full promise that Alex would force Min to repay. What Mai's mother did get was a pause. Alex didn't commit to chasing anything immediately. Mai and her mother left. Alex walked them to the door politely but without warmth. When they were gone, Alex stayed with his mother for a moment. He didn't talk in long speeches. He only said he wouldn't let anyone rush him into a choice that could destroy someone's future. By early afternoon, Alex stepped outside alone. The day felt heavier than it should because the problem had moved from business into family, where every choice carried a different kind of damage. After leaving his mother's house, Alex drove into town and stopped at a small cafe. He didn't want to go straight back to work with his head full of family pressure. He also didn't want to drag the issue through more people. If anything was going to be decided today, it needed to be clean and controlled. Mai arrived not long after. She came alone. No mother, no friend, no big entrance. She sat across from Alex and waited. Alex started simple. "Your mom is scared," he said. Mai nodded once. "I know. She's not wrong about the risk," Alex continued. "If this turns legal, you're the easiest one to hit first." Mai didn't argue that. "So what are you thinking?" Alex didn't stretch it. "I might stop," he said. "I might not pursue Min." Mai's face tightened slightly, but she kept her tone steady. "Stop completely?" Alex nodded. "I'm not saying Min is innocent. I'm saying I won't push it in a way that ruins you." Mai looked down at the table for a moment. "That means he keeps what he took," she said. "Yes," Alex replied, "and you keep your future." Mai didn't like that trade, but she didn't explode. "I confessed because I wanted to end the lie," she said, "not because I wanted to hide again." Alex answered, "Confessing was right. But you don't fix this by destroying yourself." Mai's voice stayed calm. "I still have proof," she said. "Not perfect, but enough to pressure him." Alex shook his head immediately. "Don't use it." Mai looked up. "Why?" "Because he already moved," Alex said. "He called your mother. He pulled family into it. That means he's not going to repay peacefully. If you push, he'll protect himself by making you the shield." Mai's jaw tightened. "So I just leave and pretend nothing happened?" Alex corrected her. "You leave and start over. That's not pretending. That's survival." Mai held his gaze. "It feels like running." Alex didn't argue the emotion. He kept it practical. "Sometimes running is the only way to not get crushed. Min will not be the first one punished. You will." Mai didn't respond quickly. Alex could see she was still resisting the idea of letting Min walk away, so he set a clear boundary. "I'm telling you now," Alex said. "You don't meet Min again. You don't contact him. You don't show anything to anyone. And you don't do anything that forces my hand into a legal war." Mai's voice stayed controlled. "And if he hurts someone else later?" Alex replied, "Then we handle it when it happens. I'm not sacrificing you today for a future fear." Mai didn't like it, but she understood the logic. She nodded slowly. "Okay," she said. "If that's your decision, I won't push further." Alex added, "And don't let your mother negotiate with mine. No support deals. No family trade. I didn't accept anything." Mai nodded again. "I know." That was the end of the cafe talk. It wasn't warm, it wasn't dramatic, it was a decision shaped by risk. They stood up and Mai left first. Alex stayed for a minute, finished his water, then got in his car. He didn't feel victorious. He felt like he had chosen the safest route through a field of traps. He knew Tuna would want to understand what he planned next, and he also knew he needed a calm place to think. So he drove to Tuna's home. Tuna was outside in the garden area, already working. The soil looked recently turned and there were weeds piled to the side. A couple of basic tools lay near the rows. She wasn't dressed for town. She looked like she was committed to keeping the day simple. Alex parked, walked up, and didn't start with a heavy speech. He took off his jacket and asked, What do you want done? Tuna glanced at him and pointed at a row. That side needs clearing, she said. If you're here, you work. Alex nodded and picked up a tool. He started loosening soil, pulling weeds and straightening the edges of the rows. It wasn't complicated work, but it kept his hands busy and his mind from spinning. They worked side by side for a while without talking much. Tuna didn't ask questions immediately. Alex didn't volunteer a story immediately. It was the kind of silence that felt normal, not awkward. After some time, Tuna spoke first. Your mom called me earlier, she said. She asked if you were okay. Alex nodded. There was something at home. Tuna didn't push. She kept working. Family thing? Yes, Alex said. They continued for a few minutes. Then Alex said it plainly, short and direct. Min reached Mai's mother. Tuna's hands paused briefly, then kept moving. So, he's using family pressure. Alex nodded. Her mother came to my mom. They waited for me. They begged me not to push anything. Tuna asked one question. And what did you decide? Alex didn't hide it. I told them I won't act fast. I also met Mai after. I told her she must stop pushing Min. I might not pursue him. Tuna didn't look shocked. She didn't react with anger. She asked, calm and simple. Because of Mai? Yes, Alex said. If I push hard, she gets hit first. Tuna nodded once. That part is real. Alex kept working, then added the other half. But it also feels wrong, because Min wins by scaring people. Tuna didn't argue with that either. She spoke in practical steps. Then, today you chose safety, she said. But safety doesn't mean you forget. Alex looked over at her. Well, what do you mean? Tuna answered without drama. It means you don't chase him publicly. You don't start a war. But you also don't let him believe you're weak. You keep your life steady. You keep your work steady. And you watch. Alex didn't like the word watch, but he understood it. So, you think I should stop? Tuna shook her head slightly. I think you should pause, she said. There's a difference. Alex worked another row, then said, Mai's mother offered support for my business. Like a trade. Tuna replied, Don't take it. I didn't, Alex said. Good, Tuna answered. Because if you accept, you'll be trapped, and Min will know he can control you with family. Alex nodded. That matched what he already felt. They kept working. The garden looked cleaner. The rows looked straighter. The weeds pile grew bigger. The talk stayed steady, not emotional. It was mostly about decisions and consequences, not feelings. As the afternoon moved toward evening, Tuna brought a cup of water and handed it to Alex. He drank, then set it down. Alex said, I'll keep things quiet. No big moves, no police, no pushing Min. Tuna asked, And if Min starts something again? Alex answered, Then I won't hesitate. Tuna nodded. That's enough for today. They cleaned up the tools and put them aside. The yard felt calm again, like the kind of evening that should exist more often. Later, in a different place, Min sat comfortably and made a short call to someone the audience still couldn't see. His tone was relaxed, almost satisfied. It's handled, Min said. Alex won't chase it. He paused for a moment, then asked quietly, Should we move to plan B?
Minh gọi điện cho mẹ của Mai và tiết lộ sự liên quan trong quá khứ của Mai, cảnh báo rằng nếu vụ việc trở nên nghiêm trọng, Mai sẽ là người đầu tiên bị trừng phạt. Bàng hoàng và sợ hãi, mẹ của Mai đối chất với Mai, sau đó đến gặp mẹ của Alex để cầu xin sự tha thứ và ngăn chặn mọi chuyện leo thang. Alex đến và từ chối hành động thiếu suy nghĩ, nói rằng anh sẽ không vội vàng đưa ra quyết định dưới áp lực, nhưng anh cũng sẽ không giả vờ như không có chuyện gì xảy ra. Sau đó Alex gặp riêng Mai và đặt ra một ranh giới rõ ràng. Cô phải ngừng gây sức ép lên Minh. và ngừng sử dụng bất kỳ bằng chứng nào có thể gây nguy hiểm cho cô. Alex thừa nhận rằng anh có thể sẽ không theo đuổi Minh để tránh gây nguy hiểm cho tương lai của Mai. Sau đó, Alex đến nhà Tuna giúp cô nằm vườn và giải thích áp lực gia đình cũng như quyết định tạm dừng của mình. Tuna ủng hộ việc tạm dừng, nhưng cảnh báo Alex không nên chấp nhận sự giúp đỡ ở chat hoặc để nỗi sợ hãi trở thành quy tắc. Ngày kết thúc với việc Minh gọi điện cho một người lạ, nói rằng Alex sẽ không theo đuổi nữa và hỏi liệu họ có nên chuyển sang kế hoạch B hay không.